We are live, y'all. Hey, y'all. How are y'all? Let me know how y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Um, TikTok. We got TikTok. We got Facebook, and we also got YouTube. So let me know if y'all can hear me well. If y'all cannot hear me, let me know, and I will definitely adjust everything. I'm trying to adjust my computer right here. Sorry, y'all. All right. Let me know where y'all are joining from. Let me know where y'all joining from. Hey y'all, how are y'all? Topic today. I do not like this quality on YouTube, on the YouTube thing. Let me see if I can pull it back. Hey y'all. How are y'all doing today? Share this live out to somebody who needs to hear it. Today the topic is going to be don't go back. Don't go back to your past, all right? That's what we talking about today. And I had a dream and a bunch of revelation that God was giving me this morning. And I had to write it down, y'all. I got 4 pages of notes right here. And I really want to talk about this because there are so many people in these situations that are stuck. They feel like they're stuck and they can't get out. So I want to share this with y'all. First and foremost, I'm going to say welcome. If y'all are new here, my name is Shandricka, but y'all can call me Shan. And we talk about all things self-love, self-development, and growth here on my platforms. So I'm kind of new to the live on all of these platforms. I normally go live on TikTok, and that's about it. Right now I'm live on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Don't show this. People are trying to join. So let me know where y'all joining from. Let me know where y'all at. What's going on in your life? Anything going good? What's going on? But I want to go ahead and start this live. Go ahead and start this video because I don't want to prolong the time. I got myself on a timer, so I don't want to go over the time. But as I said in the beginning, we are talking about hey y'all, hey LaShawn. Let me know where y'all joining from. Don't just sit back and watch. Say hey. Say hey, TikTok. Say hey, Facebook. Say hey, YouTube. Say hey, y'all. Let me know where y'all joining from. Hit the like button. Share it to whoever you want to share it to somebody that needs to hear this, okay? Because I know it's a lot of y'all that need to hear it, especially people on my Facebook, people on my TikTok. Y'all be asking questions like y'all don't know what's going on when it comes to that self-love and self-development and stuff. Hey there, Georgia. Hey, Georgia. 2 people from Georgia. I'm from Georgia. I'm in Georgia. Hey, y'all. I'm so excited to talk to y'all. I was nervous, but then I was like, girl, what you nervous for? You be doing this all the time. So let me talk about this dream. I ain't gonna call no names because my dream, the notes got names in it. But we're gonna talk about how, and these are my notes, y'all. I wrote all this morning from Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta. Hey. Hey. All right. So let me give y'all the dream. I'm gonna give y'all the dream first. Hit the like button, hit the share button. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I don't want to prolong the time. Also let me know if this music is too loud because I got little music playing in the background. Hey Jay, how are you? Let me know if it's too loud. If y'all can hear me well, just let me know. All right, so my ex's ex, I found out that he was able to manipulate her to being back with him. And me trying to be the bigger person, tried to go warn her. And that's what we mess up as women, trying to be the bigger person, trying to be woman to woman with somebody. And that other woman ain't even ready yet. They ain't even ready for the advice you're trying to give them or for the help that you're trying to offer them or whatever. So that's why I messed up at. And we talk about a dream right now, y'all, okay? She saw me as bitter and having hatred whenever I tried to come to her. And because of the things that he had done told her about me. He had done told her that I was bitter, I was mean and hateful, I treated him dirty. And typical narcissists, they like to play the victim when they actually the villain in the situation. And so he had her thinking some way about me. I had become much stronger spiritually, and I knew what was truly going on. So I knew what was going on. I could literally see in the spiritual realm and see what was going on. That's why I tried to help her, but she didn't want my help. So I had to leave it alone. I knew what was going on, and I knew that he had an evil agenda. But she wasn't hearing it. She literally took him in to take care of him, buy him things, pay his bills, and give him a place to stay. She had her own place to stay. She had her own money. She got her own thing going on. She good. Like, her life is going very good. Kind of like my life was going before I met. Yeah, we'll talk about that's another story for another day. But her life was going good. She was good, and she had everything together. She had her money together. Her relationship with God. She built her relationship with God. She wasn't growing spiritually like she was supposed to be. That's how she was easily manipulated back into a situation with this man. I knew the entire motive behind it, because the evil spirit was still evident in him. I could see the spirit in this man. I could see what he was operating out of, and I could see the fact that he had ulterior motives and ill will towards this woman. Like, he was sitting back like a demon, y'all, looking at this woman spend her money and swipe her card for him. She was buying him clothes. She was buying him shoes. She was like, I'll take you. I'll help you out, because she didn't do it for you. She didn't do it. She didn't take care of you, so I'm gonna take care of you. Like, he had her food, y'all. So she swiping her card. I'm just sitting back watching what was going on. They in the store. She swiping her card. She buying him stuff. She get him new outfits, new shoes. She asking him what bills need to be paid and all that. And somebody like this, I'm going to tell you, somebody like this, a narcissist, they gonna drain you financially. They gonna drain your energy. They gonna drain everything up out of you. You gonna find yourself without nothing. You gonna be losing everything. You gonna be losing all your money, and you gonna be like, dang, I don't got myself connected to the wrong person. Once you wake up, but if you don't wake up, and if you don't figure out what's really going on behind the scenes, you gonna find yourself broke, busted, and disgusted messing with these type of people. And she didn't know what was going on, but I did. So I said he had told her all kinds of lies about me just to reel her back in. And she was weak enough to fall. And y'all know how maybe your mama done warned you about talking to somebody, about having a conversation with somebody. They be like, you need to watch that, don't be talking to them. Or maybe a close friend, an actual genuine friend that you have, telling you to be careful. I've had that. And I had that dream, and God brought that back to my mind. So I'm like, okay, God, what are you trying to show me? What is it that you're telling me? And God gave me a whole lot of stuff that he was telling me. All right. The moral of the story is, do not go back. Okay. Do not go back. Somebody in your past has been watching you and wants you back. They are still, but they are still the same person. That means they haven't repented. They haven't turned from their wicked ways. They haven't been obedient to God. They haven't been submitted to God. They haven't surrendered to God. They haven't gone to God and saying, God, I give you me. God, I give you all of me. I want to turn away from my wicked ways. I don't want to lie no more. I don't want to manipulate nobody no more. I don't want the enemy to be using me to hurt people. They haven't done these things. So they are still the same person. And now they just took their tricks up a notch. The only thing they did was took their tricks up a notch. This is how the enemy works, y'all. If you leave that person alone, you go no contact with that person. They not gonna leave you alone for good. They not gonna just leave your life that easily. They gonna come back. But the time that they are away from you, they over there plotting and scheming and figuring out how they finna get you back to take you down even more, to still kill and destroy what it is that God has for you. All right. So don't think that they done with you. I had an ex that told me, I'm not leaving you alone unless you tell me to leave you alone. And then I did tell him to leave me alone. He still didn't leave me alone. They don't care about your boundaries. They don't care about what you say to them. None of that cares. It's all about them and what they want. All right. They had to do this. They had to up their tricks a notch because you've been growing and transforming. So you over here doing your thing. You think you over here supposed to be building your relationship with God. You've been getting new knowledge. You've been transforming into a new person. You've been becoming the person that God has created you to be. And you think you're strong until that person comes back and reels you back in with their mind games, with their tricks, their little mind tricks. And they know how to do it. They are experts at this, okay? Narcissist is what I'm talking about. A narcissist knows how to play mind games to get in your head to reel you back in. If you're not firm on your boundaries, if you don't have boundaries, if you don't know your worth, if you're not strong in your word, if you don't know who God says you are, if you don't have an actual vision for your life, goals in life, they will reel you back in no matter how much you want to stay away from this person. They're going to say all the right things. You're going to be flattered and you're going to fall for it. Okay? This person is obsessed with you and knows your weak spots. They know where you're weak, so that's where they're gonna play it. The enemy knows where you're weak, so he gonna send somebody to trigger you in that area or to do something in that area to make you feel like you gotta depend on that person or that you still want that person. And this is gonna let you know that you don't have as much faith in God as you say you do. The enemy comes to test your faith in God. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy what God has for you. 1 Peter 5:8 talks about being sober and vigilant because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. These people seek you out. Like, they literally will stalk your social media. They'll have somebody else watching you and reporting back to them, monitoring spirits. They have somebody reporting back to them. They might make a fake page and watch you from your social media. Matter of fact, they might be watching me now on this live. But they make fake pages. They have people following you so that they can keep up with what you're doing. They're studying your behaviors. They're studying where you're strong at. They're studying where you're weak at. They're studying what it is that you're talking about, what's going on in your life. They're trying to see where your mind is and how they can play with you, how they can manipulate you and gaslight you. That's what they're studying. So when you are weak, this is the perfect time for the enemy to use this person to take advantage of that. Wherever you are weak, like I said, the enemy is going to take advantage of that area of your life. If you're weak and feeling like you need some protection or something, like you scared to live alone or you scared to be alone, that person's going to come and try to pretend like they're your protector or pretend like they are protecting you. They want to keep you safe or something like that. And you're gonna fall for it. You'll fall for it and end up letting them stay the night or something, and y'all cuddling up. Now y'all done did the do, and boom, you back in it with them. Now you trapped again. But you gotta be sober minded when you are dealing with these people. Sober means, hold on, let me finish this. The enemy is coming with an evil agenda to take you out, to steal, kill, and destroy you and what God has for you. To be sober means not intoxicated, not just alcohol, but toxic behaviors. Not having those toxic behaviors around you, not having toxic behaviors within you, not having toxic people around you. Clear-headed, level-headed, abstinent. Not only abstinent from sexual activity, but abstinent from toxic people. Absent from those people who like to play mind games with you. Serious, level-headed, serious-minded, self-controlled, and logical. That's something that I've always talked about. When I was with my ex, I would tell him, I'm like, look, if we can't have a logical conversation, we can't have no conversation at all. I'm not finna talk to you while you emotional, and I'm not finna talk to you while I'm up high. I'm emotional. So I'm gonna have to back up because I can't think logically right now. You can't think like that. You can't make decisions when you are emotional. You can't speak when you're emotional. You don't need to be saying nothing when you're emotional. Now you need to take a step back and think, get your head clear first and foremost, and then have a conversation. You can't think like that. When you are emotional, you are easily controlled. When you are emotional, you are vulnerable. So the enemy can move you every which way he wants to. You can't be easily swayed. Where's that verse? Ephesians. Let me go to it and let me talk about it. Let me tell y'all about it. It's Ephesians 4:14. Ephesians 4:14 says, there we go. It says that we should no longer be children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the trickery of men and the cunning craftiness of deceitful plotting. That's the New King James. Let me go to the NLT version. Yeah, I can better understand it because I can better understand it. Then we will no longer be immature like children, like little children. We won't be tossed and blown by every wind of new teaching. We will not be influenced when people try to trick us with lies so clever that they sound like the truth. When these people speak, what they're saying, it sounds like the truth. It sounds like they know what they're talking about, and they use a vernacular that sounds like it almost sounds like a dictionary. I wrote that down there. But I said, do not let your emotions get in the way of you being sober. When you begin to become emotional, your thoughts are clouded. You can't think straight or clearly. It's easy for you to be controlled or swayed because you're not sober. You're not sober minded. You're not thinking clearly. You're letting them emotions get the best. Oh, I miss him. Oh, I love him so much. Oh, my heart hurt. Like, I'm so lonely. Like, no, you got to put them emotions in the back seat. They can't drive the car. You need to be driving with a clear mind. You can't drive intoxicated. Can you drive intoxicated? Like super intoxicated. Can you drive like that? No, you're not supposed to be driving like that. You can't drive the car, the wheel of life, the car of your life when you're not sober minded. You can't. The enemy cannot take your salvation away, but he attempts to damage our faith and ministry. His schemes seek to shake our trust in God. Like I said, he's testing your faith in God. He's testing to see if you really trust God in these weak areas. Affect your submission to him. So if you go sleep with this man again, or if you fall for his traps and y'all go on a date, or y'all hang out together, he comes to the house and y'all just chilling together. Now you being disobedient. God told you to leave that man alone. God told you to leave that woman alone. But you going back to him. Your submission to God ain't 100%. So going back to that person is affecting your submission to God. Destroy our testimony. It destroys your testimony. I was thinking, like, if you were to go back to somebody and they doing the same old thing over and over again to you, you can't tell your testimony because now you still in that situation going through that same hurt. Your testimony looks like God delivering you from that thing and you really leaving it behind. That's what a testimony is. A testimony ain't being delivered from it and going back to it and repeating the cycle and you out here trying to tell your story. It don't work like that. No, because you still in the same cycle. You ain't been delivered from that. God can't get the glory from that if you still repeating that same cycle. The only way God can get the glory from that is if you allow him to deliver you from that, if you allow him to pull you out of that situation and you become a better person after that. That's how God gets the glory out of it. That's how you can tell your testimony. We have to remain sober and focused on the truth as God makes us strong, firm, and steadfast. You got to be unshakable, unmovable, steadfast. You got to stand firm on your boundaries. You got to have boundaries with these people. If not, they're going to be able to tell you any little thing to tickle your ear and make you feel good and reel you back in. That's not what we're doing. 1 Peter 5:10. Let me go to 1 Peter 5:10 because I wrote that down right here. 10. In his kindness, God called you to share his eternal glory by means of Christ Jesus. So after you suffered a little while, he will restore, support, and strengthen you, and he will place you on a firm foundation. He will place you on a firm foundation after you done been delivered out of that situation, after he done took you out of that situation. Don't go back. Why would you go back if God done delivered you from it? Mark 14:38 says, keep watch and pray so that you will not give in to temptation, for the spirit is willing, but the body is weak. Your flesh is weak. Your flesh gonna want to go back to that man. Your flesh gonna want to say, oh, I'm lonely, I need a cuddle buddy, I want to cuddle up. Oh, I'm horny, I need to call him, I need to respond to that text. That's what your flesh gonna say. Oh, I want to go on a date, I need some money, let me call him. He went there before when you needed all that. You got to give yourself 100% to God. God, I'm going through female stuff right now, and I need you to remove the need, the desire. You got to give that to God, or else you're going to fall back into that same trap. You got to trust God. You just got to trust Him. And falling back into the same trap, it ain't going to do nothing but just keep you in a cycle even longer. You blocking your own blessings. God got something bigger and better for you, but you're not trusting Him. You're not willing to do the work on yourself so that you can break these cycles, so that you can stop repeating the same old toxic habits, getting rid of your old ways. But you got to be willing to not fall into temptation. You got to say, no, I'm not doing this no more. Jesus says, watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. To be sober means to not allow ourselves to be influenced by anything that leads us away from God's truth and sound judgment, y'all. Anything that man saying to you, it's lies. If he don't lie and manipulated you before, you think he done, it ain't been there but 2 weeks. You think he done changed? You think he finna lie to you no more and play in your face again? It finna be the same thing. But God's saying he ain't even changed. Don't go back because that person ain't changed. He ain't done the work. He's gonna come back and say, "Oh, I'm changed. I've been doing the work. I've been growing. I've been doing what I'm supposed. I've been reading. But you're gonna be able to tell because you're so spiritually discerning now. You're gonna be able to tell just from one conversation, just from his face. I know in Leaderport last night, our apostle was talking about how when you've been in the presence of God, it shows. It shows on your skin, on your appearance. It shows on you. And it's like a brightness to you. It's like a radiance that glows off of your skin. Whereas a person that ain't been in the presence of God is dusty. And he said it just like that. You dusty when you ain't been in the presence of God. You can see it on your skin. You can see it through your actions, and you can hear it through your words. You can see the way people carry themselves, whether they've been in the presence of God or not. What they talking about, what they doing, how their life is going, their actions. And a lot of people that ain't spending no time in the presence of God, that ain't got no clarity up here, it's all on their skin. It's all in their face. It's in their posture, slumped over, feeling sorry for themselves. No, a true child of God walks around with their head held high, looking nice. It's radiant skin, shoulders back, and they are confident. They're confident in how they carry themselves, how they move, what they say. What they say has root to it. And a narcissistic person, they can say all day that they got a relationship with God. You can tell me all day that you've been spending time with God, that you done gave yourself to God, that you've been on your face every day. You've been journaling, you've been getting new knowledge, you've been growing. You could tell me that all day, but I could see straight through you. I could just look in your eyes and tell you that's a lie. I know it's a lie. Check their fruit, yes, but you got to check the root too, because the enemy can have fruit and no root. Fruit and no root. You can be patient all day. It can be say he have faith and sit back. The devil is patient too now. He gonna sit back and he gonna wait for the perfect time to trick you. But let's keep going. Vigilant means to keep Keeping careful watch for possible danger or difficulties. Synonyms are watchful, on the lookout, observant, keen-eyed, awake, eyes like a hawk, careful, cautious. You are careful. That means you sit back and watch. You sit back and listen. You don't do the talking. You listen to them. You listen to what it is that they saying, what it is that they blabbing on about. That's how you can tell what they truly are up here and in here. And people with evil hearts, people that done been out here hurting people for so long, 9 times out of 10, they are still the same person. And you will know when they actually working on themselves. You will know when they've actually been in the face of God, been at the feet of God, crying on their face, giving themselves 100% wholeheartedly to God every single day. You will know this if you've been working on yourself. See, now, if you out here blind too, now, it's just going to be the blind leading the blind. If you ain't out here doing the work on yourself, you're going to be easily swayed, easily moved by any kind of wind. Storm come through, blow you down, take all your stuff. Can you pick yourself back up easily? When you don't have a relationship with God, it's going to be hard for you to pick yourself back up when that storm come through and knock you down. That's like being on a I say maybe a football field or like a basketball court. You playing a game, you playing in the basketball game, football game, you get knocked down. If you know what you're doing, you're going to get back up and continue playing. But if you don't know what you're doing, you just going to sit there and look while everybody else continuing the game. You're not going to know what to do. So you got to have that relationship with God so that nobody can't fool you. Nobody can't trick you. If you ain't really got no true relationship with God, you just skimming through your Bible every now and then, you're going to keep on repeating them cycles. You're going to keep on getting hurt over and over again. You putting yourself in these situations. You're falling for it because you don't know your worth. You don't know what God says about you. You don't know God's promises. You can't hear from God. You haven't been spending time in the presence of God. This is why a relationship with God is important, so we don't keep falling for these kind of traps. So we know the enemy's devices. We're not ignorant of them. In this season, God is about to elevate you. The enemy knows that his time is almost up, and he is about to test your weak spots. You should be taking everybody back to God, asking him to show you that person's true intentions. They want to come back in your life? Okay, go pray about it. I'll get back with you in 24 hours. Go ask God about that person, and God gonna show you. That's why a relationship with God is necessary, because you don't get access to God if you ain't got no relationship with him. You don't get access to God like that. You can't just go to God and say, God, is this person for me? And he don't even know you. You don't even know him. You ain't even spent no time with him. You just going to him and saying, Lord, show me this person. No, it don't work like that. God is going to show you, and you have a responsibility to uphold by following his command. When he show you if this person is for you or not, when he give you confirmation or revelation or whatever, you got to move off of that confirmation or revelation. You got to follow his command. You still can't go do it. If he said no, you still can't go do what you want to do. Well, I'll be able to withstand it. I can control myself if I go around him. Ain't gonna hurt none. Okay. And God said no. You still gonna do what you want to do? All right. This person may have been a liar over and over, dishonest, treated you like something was wrong with you, manipulated you with their words. This person has a vernacular that is articulate, and it sounds like the truth. It almost sounds like something out of a dictionary. This is what Satan does. It's a cover-up. When you sit back and be quiet and you really listen to this person, you'll realize that they are actually going in circles with what they are saying, attempting to get you caught in the trap. So as they going in circles with what they saying a whole bunch of nothing now. I'm telling y'all this from my own experience. They saying a whole bunch of nothing. They just talking. They trying to get you caught in that circle. They trying to get you caught in that cycle so they can play mind games with you. They playing mind games by going in circles talking about nothing. That's the mind game right there. They are attempting to get you caught in the trap. It's a mind game. You realize that they are actually talking about a bunch of nothing. And if you're reeled in, you'll leave the conversation confused. Y'all ever been in a conversation with somebody? Had a conversation with a narcissistic person or a manipulative person, and you leave the conversation confused? Like, dang, I feel like my soul just left my body talking to this person. Like, you just feel confused and discombobulated after talking to them. That was a trap. That was a trap that you almost got caught in. But if you had enough sense to leave that conversation before you got caught in it, when you realized you was getting a little confused, when you left the conversation, that's a good thing. That's a start. You got a little sense. Okay, you know better, so you didn't fall into that trap. They get you. That's how they get you confused. But when you have a conversation with somebody that is genuine, somebody that is honest, somebody that has integrity, somebody that know what they're talking about, when y'all actually have them that one-on-one conversation, that dialogue exchange, you don't leave the conversation feeling lost or confused or discombobulated or empty or like your soul was just drained from you. You don't feel like that when you have an actual productive conversation with somebody. But when you have a conversation with this person, it's like now your mind is just all over the place. And you don't feel good about it. You don't have this good feeling in your spirit about it. That's the Holy Spirit warning you. That's your intuition saying, this person ain't for you. You don't need to be interacting with this person. They are do not go back to this person. They are still the same and refuse to repent and turn from their wicked ways. God don't gave them chance after chance to repent. God don't gave them chance after chance to be better. You think you over here elevating and creating your relationship with God and building your relationship with God and becoming the best version of yourself. You think God finna allow that person to come back to your life? You think God finna just hand you anybody and you over here working on yourself and building with him? He not finna do that. He's gonna protect you. When you have a relationship with God, you protect it. Okay. So make sure you do have that relationship with God. You're building that relationship with God, that genuine, true relationship with God, or else you can be fooled. You're going to be fooled. They are not after you because they love you. They are on a mission with ulterior motive. They on a mission, on an assignment from the enemy. They may even pretend to support you and cheer you on, but underneath that, they secretly hate you. They do. This person does not even know how to love themselves, so how can they even love you? They want to get connected with you to slow you down and maybe even delay your elevation, your blessings. Do not go back. It will be worse, and they will study you so much just only to up their tactics. They're studying you just to increase the level of intensity on their tactics, on the way they are trying to figure out how to attack you or how to stop you or block you or hold you back. That's why they study you, so they can figure you out. They can figure out how to do that to you. They're on an assignment. I need you to understand that. Do not go back to this person. Best way to see it is to look at their life situation and see if their words match that. The enemy can have fruit too. Check the roots though. Ask deep questions and watch them stumble over their words. Questions that challenge their subconscious mind. So when you start asking this person them type of questions, like the hard questions, deep questions, you're going to notice that they stumble up on their words. They don't even know what to say. But all the while they were trying to get you caught up in their cycle of the mind game, they know what they talking about then, because they done studied what they were going to say. They done practice what they were going to say. They know what to say with that. They know what to say when it comes to manipulating somebody. But when you ask them deep questions that actually get into their subconscious mind, they trip up on their words. They don't know how to react. How to respond to that. They don't because they haven't thought that far ahead. And then that's that too. Knowing those subconscious mind questions to ask them, that's you being 10 steps ahead of them. So you have to ask them those type of questions. Then you will know that every word that has come out of their mouth was lies. They will come to you with a sob story, wanting sympathy. This is how they do. They all do this. This is the bait. Then they start telling you about past relationships and how they were the victim. Like I said earlier, they pretend to be the victim in situations that they created. And I know y'all done been in relationships and situations where that person has done you so wrong. They've done these things to you, lied to you, manipulated you, cheated on you over and over again, called you out your name, probably put their hands on you. Ain't no telling, like drained your bank account. Ain't no telling what all they done did. They probably have done this stuff, but they will never acknowledge their wrongs. They will never take accountability. They're the victim. Okay? They're the victim in these situations. And they will let whoever they come and they next supply, they next victim, they gonna let them know, oh, she crazy. Oh, was she crazy when you met her? Oh, she crazy. She weird. No, am I weird because I see what's going on with you now? I see that spirit that's operating in you that's trying to hold me back. That's when they label you crazy. That's when they label you, oh, she weird, or she crazy, or she got too much going on. They say little stuff like that, and they play the victim. They ain't gonna never tell you the whole story either. If you notice that, they never tell you the whole story of what's going on. They only tell a story that makes them look like a victim. And I'm gonna tell y'all one thing that happened to me that that is basically proof of that. One night I was asleep on the sofa, and me and that person had just got done arguing. We just had got done, going back and forth or whatever. I fell asleep on the sofa, and they came back. They had done left the house. They came back. They were drunk, and I was asleep. And you come trying to pry my legs open to do with me while I'm asleep, and you're drunk, and we just had an argument. And then I start going all over the place. I yell. I get all out of character. I'm like, do not touch me. Do not touch me. I'm not giving you what you want. I'm not going to continue to give in to what it is that you want. And you drunk, get out of my face. It wasn't like in that tone, it was loud. And having security cameras, it was on the security camera. I don't know if this was pre-planned or what, but he screen recorded it. He screen recorded the security camera and showed it to me like a day or two later. And he kept that. And what he did was send it to one of his friends and said I was possessed. But you didn't tell them what led to that reaction. That's how they do. They play the victim in situations that they create. I was minding my business sleep, and you come wake me up and get that reaction out of me. That was planned. You use that reaction to make me look like a crazy person. But guess what? I am protected by God. God is vindicating my name. So that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that somebody try to drag my name through the mud and make me look like a bad person. My character, my integrity, me as a genuine person, my actions, everything in my life is proof of who I truly am inside. So none of that matters. When you have God, you have everything. You always win with God. God is vindicating your name. God is vindicating you. He knows your heart. He knows that you're a genuine person. He knows who you truly are. And that's why I stress having a relationship with God. You got to have a relationship with God, because you can't be out here fighting these type of battles by yourself. You can't fight these life experiences by yourself. You will stress yourself out. That's how people end up unaliving themselves. That's how people end up hurting somebody else, hurting the other person in the relationship, unaliving them, because they don't know how to handle these things. Everything happens spiritually before it happens in the physical. And if you are blind spiritually, you ain't gonna know what's going on out here in this world. You're just gonna be blind and walking in the dark. And having a relationship with God is gonna give you access to the spiritual realm. But that's something that you gotta actually want, that you gotta be desperate for, that you gotta go after. You got to be willing to leave your old life behind and say, God, I only want you. I only want to do life with you, your way. I don't want to do it my way no more. I want to say yes to you every single day. I say yes to you, yes to your will, yes to your way, yes to your plan that you have on my life. I don't want to do it my way no more. And when you do that over and over again, when you repent and really turn from your wicked ways, God gonna see your heart. God gonna see who you truly are. And he's gonna help you. He's gonna guide you. Holy Spirit is gonna guide you every step of the way. But you gotta truly want that for yourself. You gotta truly want to make a difference in your life. Tap the screen. If y'all are in these lives, tap your screen. I'm on 3 platforms: YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. Tap the screen, share this live to whoever needs to hear it. But do not go back. Do not go back to your old ways, your old lifestyle, the things that you used to do. Where did those things get you? It got you nowhere so far. It got you hurt. It got your heart stomped on. It got you cheated on, beat on, lied to, manipulated. It got you all of that. Is that what you want to continue for the rest of your life? Is that what you do? You want your energy drained on a daily basis and you feeling helpless? You feeling like you stuck in life and you can't, it's nothing out there for you? And I know some of y'all on this live, I know some of y'all done sat back and said, it got to be something better than this. God got something better for me. I know one of y'all done said that before. And that's because he does have something better for you. That's because there is a better lifestyle for you. If you ever woke up one day and been like, why in the world am I still here? Why am I still dealing with this? You are on the right track. You know that there is better for you, but you're scared to go after it. You're scared to leave those people and things behind because you're afraid of the unknown. You're fearful of the unknown. You're scared to be uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is where God needs you to be. Stepping into the unfamiliar is where God needs you to be. That's the only way he gets the glory out of your situation. You stepping into the unknown. So he can do the unthinkable. He can do something that you ain't never seen before. He gonna reveal to you your true self, your true identity, who you truly are inside. You just gotta ask for it. And so let's continue. They will come to you with a sob story, one in sympathy. This is the bait, and then they start telling you about past relationships and how they were the victim. They will not take accountability and acknowledge their wrongs. These tactics get you into a vulnerable state of mind, which leads you to become emotional. When you're vulnerable with this person, you get emotional. You get emotional. You start saying, "Oh, I really miss you too. Yes, I still love you." You saying little stuff like that. "Oh, can you come over tonight? I want you to spend the night. I want you to stay because I feel safe when you're here." You can't be vulnerable with this person no more. You cannot give them that type of access to you no more. They can't have that. Hey, LaRonda, love you. But you can't give them that type of access to you no more. They've had it already. And I tell you, like I say it all the time, in a relationship, what was I finna say? Oh, you don't get the same me twice. You don't get the same me twice. After you cross me, after you cross my boundaries, after you betray me, after you do me wrong, you do not get the same me twice. You don't get that kind of access to me no more. I can't be soft and feminine and loving and just all about you. Like, I can't be that no more to you after you done crossed me too many times. I didn't know my worth then. I didn't know my true value then. I didn't love myself enough. That's how I fell for the manipulation. That's how I fell for the gaslighting. I didn't know who I was. And the reason why I didn't know who I was is because I ain't had no relationship with God. So your relationship with God is going to take you places. It's going to help you to avoid these type of people. These tactics get you into a vulnerable state of mind, which leads you to become emotional, which then leads to a door open for Satan to control you. This is how they start to control you. When you're emotional, you're easily controlled. If you don't know how to contain your emotions and control your emotions and put them somewhere, put them in a designated area, and think logically, think sober-minded, be vigilant. If you can't do that, Satan can control you. There's a door wide open for Satan to come in and play with your mind, play mind games with you, and you start believing it, and you start falling for these lies and manipulation. You start thinking you crazy. You start thinking something wrong with you. And you know you had clarity before you got with this person. You know you had peace before you got with this person. You know you was doing good. You was elevating a little bit. You was leveling up before this person. But then they came in and distracted you. They came in and threw you off track. Now you confused. You all discombobulated. Why? You have to really take a step back and do a life inventory and say, okay, what needs to stay? What needs to go? What cannot move to my next level with me? You have to be able to do that. This is a cycle, an ongoing cycle that never ends with Satan. This is Satan. This is Satan at work. Y'all stop sending me requests. This is a cycle, an ongoing cycle that never ends with Satan. Satan likes to keep you like this for the rest of your life. If you fall for it, this is how you're going to be for the rest of your life. Until you realize, okay, all right, I'm getting dizzy up in this cycle now. Let me stop and take a step back, because I know God got something different for me. I know that there's something different for me, something better out there. You start getting new knowledge and seeing that, okay, this thing that I've been seeing in my head is possible for me. It might be possible for me. Oh, I like that car. I want that car one day. You can have it. You can have anything you want in life, but you have to become the person that can have those type of things. How do you become that person? Take inventory of your life. Take inventory of your habits, the people that are around you, the people that are in your life, what you're watching, what you're consuming, what you're eating, what you're talking about on a daily basis, who you're talking to, what these people around you do on a daily basis. You're going to have to change a lot of stuff in your life in order to become the person that God has created you to be. You're going to have to leave your entire life behind to create a completely new reality. That's how it works when you surrender fully to God. Completely. You got to throw everything away. I ain't saying like literally throw it away, physically throw it away. I'm saying like throw it away, throw your entire life away and create a new one. This is how he traps his victims. And when you are weak enough, you get stuck and you start to feel like this person is all you have. You start to depend on that person whenever you feel stuck. Like you were depending on them for protection, like you needed them. Oh, can you spend the night? I feel a little lonely. Or it's been some shooting going on. I need you to stay here for a night if you want to. That's a wide open door. Now he finna come in. Yeah, you think he just spending the night to provide a little protection. No. Now he finna feed your mind some words so he can stay a little longer. Some more days. So he can eat out of your pantry. So you can fix him something to eat. Hey, can you wash this for me? Can I use your washing machine? Now he using your washing machine. You over there washing his clothes. You over there folding his clothes. Now you getting reeled in more and more. You getting reeled in more and more. That door is open. You open that door for Satan to come in and have access to you. And now you coming in agreement with Satan in all different type of ways and you don't even realize it. You're not being vigilant. You're not being sober-minded. You let your emotions, your feelings take over you and start to control you, start to drive the car. Because you only wanted him to spend the night because you felt you needed a little protection because it'd be shooting in your neighborhood. Now you just open that door. And Satan finna come in. He using your washing machine. Oh, he eating your food because you cooking for him. You over here folding his clothes up, washing his clothes. Now you over there shaving his beard. You doing all you doing all this. Now he want to spend the night some more. He wants some more. Okay? Y'all see that? See how he reeling you into a cycle? And now you're gonna keep on thinking you need this person to do this and do that to be here for you. And now you being manipulated and gaslit. You don't realize it. You started doing stuff for this man. Oh, I just love him. Oh, I miss him. Trauma bonds, soul ties. Why you not focused on healing? Because if you were healing, if you were really healing those traumas, that little girl, that little boy within yourself, you won't even be attracted to this person. When you heal, you're not even attracted to the things that you were once attracted to before you were healed. I kid y'all not. When I started healing, I looked at this man and said, I don't even know you. I was turned completely off. I didn't know who that person was. Completely different person. My eyes started opening. God started revealing what was hidden in the dark to me because I was asking him to do it. And because I had a relationship with God, God was able to reveal to me these things little by little. Little by little. And I couldn't even stand to be around this person no more. I could look at this person and see the enemy in him. See the adversary in him. I'll tell that story another day, but this is spiritual, y'all. Everything is spiritual before it happens in the physical. I really need y'all to know that. I really need you to know how everything that happens in here, your belief system, how you feel, what you're thinking on a daily basis, what you're believing, what you're listening to, what you're taking in and consuming, it plays a part in your reality, your physical reality. Look at your physical reality and think about your thoughts that you're thinking every day. The thoughts that you're thinking, the things that you're consuming, your life looks exactly like that. If your mind is all over the place, it's going to show. It's going to show in the way you speak. It's going to show in the way you show up for yourself. It's going to show in the way you take care of yourself. It happens in here, before it happens outside of you. We are spiritual beings. We are spiritual beings with a fleshly body. So the way we think, that's going to be our reality. What we think and believe, that's going to be our reality. But let me finish up. Focus on God's promises for your life. Have faith and trust that God will not put you in a situation like this. God is not going to give you this type of situation to deal with, but He going to let you walk through it. We got free will. So if it's standing right in front of you, God ain't just going to be there saying, well, He might tell you not to go that way. Yeah, He going to give you warning before destruction. It's going to be a warning before destruction. But he's still going to be standing there just watching you walk into that situation. And He's going to allow you to walk into that situation so you can learn the lesson. You're going to get in that situation. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get manipulated. You're going to get gaslit. You're probably going to get beat on. You're probably going to get all type of stuff. And if you don't learn that lesson, you're going to keep dealing with that. If you don't have those boundaries set in place and saying, no, lying is a deal breaker for me. You lie to me, I'm cutting you off. If you don't say that, they're going to lie. You're going to forgive them. And they're going to keep on doing it over and over again. Lie, forgive, keep doing it. Lie, forgive, keep doing it. It's a cycle. That's how the enemy works. Whereas if you have them boundaries set in place, no, lying is a deal breaker for me. And they lie and cross that deal breaker, you cut them off, period. Don't give them no more chances to play in your face. You don't give people chances to play with you over and over again, to waste your valuable, precious time, to spend your energy on. Do y'all realize how precious energy is? How valuable time is? No, you're not finna sit here and we're not finna go back and forth for no whole hour and we ain't getting nowhere. They're not solution-based. These people are not solution-minded. They like to go back and forth. They like chaos. They like confusion. That's what they like. Hold on, y'all. My throat is dry. They like drama. They like to go to argue with you. They like to get a reaction out of you. They like for you to yell. Why? That is supply. That is ammunition. They feed off of that. They feed off of your energy, your good energy, your genuine, authentic personality, all that goodness that you got inside of you. They feed off of that. Narcissists feed off of that. Demonic spirits feed off of that. They love that. They don't love you for real. They playing with you. And when they play them mind games, that's how they distract you. Let's say you over here focus on, we're gonna hold these mics up. We're gonna use these as an example. You focus on this. Okay, we focus on this. We tunnel vision, we over here doing our thing. All right. We think we good. We think we got them boundaries set in place. But here come this person with this one right here. He wants you to focus on this. So he over here talking, y'all might be arguing, having a debate or something, or having an argument, disagreement, or whatever. Guess what's going on with this over here? It's left by itself. It's left out in the open. You ain't paying attention to it no more because you over here trying to deal with this person. You over here dealing with this person. So you ain't focused on your goals. You ain't focused on your self-development. You ain't focused on your growth. You dealing with this person that's standing in the way, blocking you from going after what it is that God got for you. This is what God has for you. But you're focused on the wrong things. You can't be with nobody like that. When you're trying to develop and grow and elevate in life, you cannot have nobody connected to you like that. You got to be able to say, all right, I can't do life with you. I can't do nothing around you. You holding me back. You're being a burden to me. You're not helping me. You're not helping me push my needle forward. You're not adding value to my life. You're not helping me on this journey to healing, to growth, to self-development. You're not helping me. You're more of a bag of bricks. You're more of a dead weight to me than a help to me. You're adding to my burden and not taking away from my burden. Does that make sense? We don't need them type of people in our lives. No, and you got to know who you truly are in order to see that. You got to know that your time, your energy, your value it's all so precious. You got to love you. You got to pour into you. You got to focus on your relationship with God and do away with everything else that don't even align with that. Do they morals and values in life, the way they live in their life, does it align with what God has for you? Does it align with the vision that God has given you for your life? No? Okay, so why are you still dealing with that person? Because you attached to him. Because you ain't healed that little girl, that little boy within you that's attached to this person. Because you're trauma bonded and you ain't trying to do the hard work to heal. You ain't trying to do the work to grow and develop yourself. So you would rather be comfortable and stay in the same cycle for the rest of your life. I need y'all to know that there's something better out there for you. You just got to be willing to go after it. It's so many people out here confused, man. Confused, don't know what's going on in life. Dealing with the same old toxic people. Just dealing with them because they feel like it don't get no better than that. Yes, it does. You're better off being by yourself. And I watched a video. Hold on, I'm not done yet. Let me finish this. Have faith and trust that God won't put you in a situation like this, but He will watch you walk into that, walk into it until you learn the lesson and never fall again. You got to learn the lesson from every situation that you go through. If you're not learning the lesson, you're going to repeat the cycle. You ever been in a relationship with a narcissistic person and you end up leaving that person alone, But then you find yourself in another situation with another narcissistic person. It's because you didn't learn the lesson. You probably said, okay, I'm done with this person. And then you find yourself in another relationship with the same person, the same spirit, in a different body. The same spirit in a different body. It's because you didn't learn from it and you didn't heal from it. You was just like, oh, let me go get me a new man. Oh, let me go get a new woman. Oh, let me just go jump up under my ex. Yo, ex, why would you go back to that? You done leveled up and you going backwards. You done climbed the ladder and you going back down. You up there with the other eagles and now you coming down here with the chickens. Is that what you telling me? No, why would you go that far just to get knocked back down, just to get bumped back down by the enemy? Why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that to your future? Why would you do that to your goals that you've created for yourself? Your children that are dependent on you, their future. Why would you do that to them? Because you got emotional, because you didn't have self-control over your emotions, because you didn't have self-control enough to say, God, I'm having a little feminine stuff going on, or I'm a little horny and I need you. Like, I need you to take this feeling away from me so that I can keep going. You couldn't control that. You just had to go back. You just had to go backwards. And you've been celibate for this long. You've been abstinent for this long. But you chose to go back to what was. All because, oh, he was a good person. Oh, I still love him a little bit. I miss him. Oh, I miss her. She can cook. You can too. Go to YouTube University. Y'all be feeling like y'all need people to do things for y'all. Them voids that's empty inside of y'all that y'all think y'all need somebody, take it to God. Give it to God. And he gonna fill that empty space for you. Can't no voided, another voided human being fill your voids for you. They just can't do it. Human beings are not created for that. You know how to cook, you know how to clean, you know how to wash your laundry, you know how to do all this so you can clean your own car, you can wash your own car. But when God sends the right person in your life, he gonna know how to do all that stuff too. And he gonna take over. And he ain't gonna want you to do it for yourself. That's lightening your load. He ain't gonna come up in here and drive your car and just dog your car out and drive all the gas out and not keep the oil up, not go get the oil changed, not go get the tires changed, not clean it out. That's a burden. That's a burden. That's somebody putting more weight on your shoulders. More weight in your bag. We all flawed human beings. We're all human beings that should be out here healing and growing and working on ourselves. But when you connected to somebody that ain't on the same wavelength, that ain't on the same growth journey that you're on, you got to leave them behind because you're going to keep growing. You're going to keep growing. You can't hold on to nobody like that. Stop thinking you got to take somebody with you to your next. Everybody can't go with you to your next level, okay? Everybody can't go. Even the man that you're sleeping with. Even the woman that's in your bed. They can't go with you. And I need y'all to understand that. If we ain't both working on ourselves, if we ain't both getting some kind of coaching and mentorship and wise leadership and spiritual mentorship, if we ain't both out here getting new knowledge and seeking God first, if we ain't both out here walking in our purpose, if we ain't both out here creating businesses and creating generational, if we ain't out here doing the same thing, I don't want nothing to do with you. You gotta go. Because you're going to hold me back. I am on a mission. And you in the way, sir, ma'am. You in the way. That goes for friends. That goes for family. That goes for siblings. That goes for relationships. My lips a little ashy. Hey, Antoine. But yes, everybody can't go with you to your next level. And you got to be okay with releasing them back to God. Be gone. I love you. God bless you. Bye-bye. That's what you have to say to these people. It ain't no hate. It ain't no love lost. I just can't do life with you. I just see that we're on different paths. So I have to go my separate way. You have to go your separate way. You do what you do. I'm going to go do what I do. We do not have to do life together. And there doesn't have to be bitterness or anger or resentment or anything in the midst of that. I forgive you for what you did to me. I forgive you. I love you. I'm praying for you. But I got to go this way. I can't do it with you no more. I'm not going to do it with you no more because it's holding me back from my progression in life. It's holding me back from becoming who God needs me to be, who God has created me to be. You're a hindrance to my progression in life. And I got to leave you alone. You got to be able to say that without being in your feelings. Oh, it hurt so bad. He hurt me. I just love him so much. I miss him. No, go cry on your pillow to God at night. That's what I had to do. And soon enough, them tears dried up. Them tears got less and less. Because the only place I feel safe is in the presence of God. The only place I feel loved is in the presence of God. The only place I feel like my voids are being fulfilled is in the presence of God. I just cry out to God. Yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say bye. It's hard to say, I got to see you. I see you later. Like, I can't do life with you no more. But when you have a vision for your life, that's what makes it easy to let go of what's not serving you. When you have a vision for your life, when you know where you're going, when you see where you're going, you see what you want to accomplish, when you have them goals, that's what's going to get you through those hard times, those times where you feel like you can't let this person go, those times where you feel like you miss this person. Focus on that goal. Go meditate on that goal. Go meditate on your vision for your life. You got to have a vision, because if you don't have a vision, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle trying to get through life without that person, trying to get through that breakup, trying to get over being with that person. Like, you're going to struggle real hard. You're going to be broke down, sliding down the wall, doing the ugly cry because you miss this person. What you going to do, go back to him? 9 times out of 10, that's what you're going to do. If you don't have a vision for your life, you're going to go back to your old life. If you don't have a vision for where you're going, but you want better, you want to do better, if you don't have a vision, if you don't have goals, if you don't have a plan, you're going to go back. You're always going to return back to what it was that you came from. Always those bad habits, those smoking, that drinking that you done got rid of, that cussing that you done got rid of, them folks that's gossiping all the time, you're going to go back around them and be doing the same thing. That toxic person you got rid of, that you went no contact with, but you failed when they text you. You ain't going to be able to get through that stuff. You're going to always return back to it. I think it's because I'm always in it for the long run. I'd be so disappointed when it doesn't work. That's why you got to have a vision. When you got a vision for your own life, it doesn't matter who comes in your life, a friend, whoever. It doesn't matter who comes, because you so focused on that vision and that goal that you have for your life that God has given you. You're so focused on that, and that's what makes you happy. That's what keeps you going. That's what keeps you motivated. That's what keeps you inspired to keep going after what it is that God has for you. And when somebody come in your life, you don't say, oh, I just can't live without this person. No, you invite them in because they got something going on for themselves. They got their own stuff going on. That's the only way they can connect with you, when you got a vision for your life. They got their own stuff going on. They building and everything. And okay, cool. Let's do this. And then y'all start moving. Whether that person fall out of your life or not, whether that person leave or stay, you're still good because you got your vision right here that you're focused on. Yes, it's nice to have the icing on the cake with the person next to you, a partner to do life with. It's nice, cool. But it ain't to a point to where I just feel like I'm gonna die without you. It ain't that, because you got that vision that you focused on. You got that calling on your life. That promises that God has promised you. You are focused on that. Yes, some of your time and attention go to that relationship, but your main focus is doing what God told you to do, being obedient to God. So you can't go back to your old ways. You can't go back. Don't go backwards. Continue to elevate, and tell yourself every day, it's only up from here. I'm going up. I'm elevating. I'm getting better. I'm making a better choice to be better than who I was yesterday. I'm making another choice to be to speak better than how I spoke yesterday. I'm making better decisions than I made yesterday. So we gotta have that vision. Gotta have that relationship with God. I'm almost done, y'all. This is Satan's job: steal, kill, and destroy the life that God has for you. The first place that he goes to is your mind. He goes to your mind. If he can attack your mind, he got you. Okay? If he can attack them thoughts, he got you. If he can give you them negative thoughts and make you believe them, he got you. That's why you have to be not conformed to this world. Romans 12:2 says, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's your transformation, is the renewing of your mind. This is where it all starts. What, like my coach be saying, what that heart do? Okay, what kind of heart do you have? Do you have integrity? Do you have good character? How do you carry yourself? Are you honest? Are you reliable? Are you on time when you have appointments and all that kind of stuff? What kind of person are you? You have to really take inventory of your life. Change your mind. When your mind changes, your life changes. When your life choices change, everything in your life follows. Matthew 6:33 says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. You don't have to go chasing no man, no woman. You don't have to go chasing no money when you got God. You don't have to chase anything, because when you chase after God, everything else gonna chase after you. Even the evil folks. Hey, come here, I want to connect with you. They want to connect with you, and they got evil intent. They want to be connected with you just to get the benefits of where you're going in life. No, you don't get to sit at my table. You didn't earn this spot. Get up, move. And that's how people do. Like, I don't think I ever realized until recently that people who manipulate and gaslight you, you don't really invite that person in your life. They make their way into your life. They lie their way into your life. They manipulate their way into your life. And they sneak in like a little snake. And before you know it, they sitting at your table eating with you. They eating a piece of your pie. I didn't tell you could have a piece of that. I didn't tell you could scoop no child. Where you come from? You realize you took your own seat at my table. I didn't give you this seat. You didn't earn this. You did not earn the right to sit at my table and eat a piece of my pie. Get up. Get up. You got to go. Because God gonna start pouring his light onto them dark spaces. He gonna start exposing that person to you. He gonna start exposing what's being done in the dark. I know y'all done heard y'all grandma, auntie, or mama say something like, what's done in the dark will always come to the light. Every single time. Every single time. Somebody doing you dirty in the dark, behind your back, backstabbing you, God gonna reveal it to you. But you gotta have that relationship with God. He gonna reveal it to you though. He gonna show you stuff that you ain't never, child. He gonna show you stuff that, man. Listen, God heard the conversations that was had behind your back. And that's why the warnings came. That's why he removed them out of your life. He heard conversations that you didn't hear about. All right. This person is going to attempt to come back into your life to drain you mentally, spiritually, and financially. Like I said earlier, they will drain your bank account. You find yourself in debt dealing with this person, losing everything, behind in bills, ain't nothing being paid. You over here giving all your attention and time to this person, but the bills piling up. They will leave you with nothing and run to their next victim to repeat the cycle again. They have not changed. They have not grown. They have not been working on themselves. They have not been in the presence of God on a daily basis. Nothing. They pretend to love God, but still indulge in worldly sin. They pretend to love God, but they still indulge in worldly sin. You can say you love God and everything. You can call on the name of Jesus and all that. But your life choices, your actions, your words, your day-to-day life is going to show what you've been doing in the dark, whether or not you've been doing work in the dark with God. It's going to show. It's going to show. God hates a liar. If you can lie, if you can be dishonest with me, you being dishonest to God, because God is in me. Now you playing in my face, you lying to me. And you know God don't like lying. But you still lying. But you say you love God. But you say you've been on your face. But you say you've been in your word. But you lying. Come on. Come on. And when you play on God's child, when you play with God's chosen, touch not my anointed ones and do my prophets no harm. When you touch God's anointed ones and you play in their face and you mishandle them, God said vengeance is mine. You don't even have to do nothing. Take your hands off of it. God, I give this to you. This ain't got nothing to do with me. That's between you and him. You and her. Okay? They have not fully surrendered to God. Keep your eyes focused on the vision that God gave you. Continue working on you. God said, no distractions, just me and you. Do not be deceived and do not go back to what was. Okay? And I do have verses here if y'all want to write these down about what the Bible says about dealing with narcissistic people. If y'all want to write these verses down, he says to avoid them. That's 2 Timothy 3, 1 through 5. I can read that for y'all if y'all want me to. Let's see, 2 Timothy 3, 1 through 5. You should know this, Timothy, that in the last days there will be very difficult times, for people will love only themselves and their money. They will be boastful and proud, scoffing at God, disobedient to their parents, and ungrateful. They will consider nothing sacred. They will be unloving and unforgiving. They will slander others and have no self-control. They will be cruel and hate what is good. They will betray their friends, be reckless, be puffed up with pride, and love pleasure rather than God. Ooh, they will act religious, but they will reject the power that could make them godly. Stay away from people like that. So avoid them. That's the first thing in dealing with a narc. You have to avoid them. Avoid them at all costs. We can't deal with them. God has already tried to extend a helping hand to this person, and they just keep refusing to repent, refusing to turn away from their wicked ways. So that ain't got nothing to do with you. That was 2 Timothy 3 and 3, verse 1 through 5. So 2 Timothy 3, verse 1 through 5. And that was avoid them. That was the first thing. I got 5 things. Oh, excuse me. All right. The next one is expose them. And this is Ephesians 5, verse 6 through 14. Excuse me. Oh, the enemy don't like me today. Well, he don't like me at all, but he's trying to mess with my voice. But it's okay, because I'm still get this word out. I'm still get this out. All right. Let's read Ephesians 5:6-14 says, "Do not be fooled by those who try to excuse these sins, for the anger of God will fall on all who disobey him. Do not participate in the things these people do. For once you were full of darkness, but now you have the light from the Lord. So live as people of light. For this light within you produces only what is good and right and true. Carefully determine what pleases the Lord. Take no part in worthless deeds of evil and darkness. Instead, expose them." Okay? It is shameful even to talk about the things that ungodly people do in secret. But their evil intentions will be exposed when the light shines on them, for the light makes everything visible. That's why it is said, "Awake, O sleeper, rise up from the dead, and Christ will give you light." Everything done in the dark comes to the light eventually. God is gonna pull the veil back if nobody else does. The veil just gonna come off, and you're gonna start seeing everything for what it is. And it's up to you to share that knowledge with somebody else. You don't keep that hidden. You're supposed to expose it. You're supposed to talk about it. It's in the Bible. All right. Number 3 is watch out for them. And that's in Romans 16:17-18. So let's go there. And that's Romans 16:17-18. Verse 17-18. So let's read. "And now I make one more appeal, my dear brothers and sisters. Watch out for people who cause division and upset people's faith by teaching things that are contrary to what you have been taught." They flip scriptures, y'all. They use the Bible against you. Stay away from them. Such people are not serving Christ our Lord. They are serving their own personal interests. By smooth talk and glowing words, they deceive innocent people. Innocent people, kind-hearted people. Even though that person, doesn't know themselves, doesn't know who they are naive. They are innocent. They have a kind heart, but they are out here fooling these innocent people. They're out here tricking these innocent people and deceiving them, manipulating them. That's why you catch a lot of narcissists. They go after like people that's been hurt. They have a calling on their life, but people that's been hurt and broken. And that's why you don't tell people what you done been through, like your past. Like somebody that you meet, you don't tell them all your past, because now they can use it against you. So that was Romans chapter 16, verse 17-18. And that's watch out for them. Number 4 is have nothing to do with them. And that's Matthew 15:14. Matthew 15, verse 14. And that says, "So ignore them. They are blind guides leading the blind. And if one blind person guides another, they will both fall into a ditch." So if you let that person lead you, if you want to, you let that person be connected to you, guess where y'all going? It's just the blind leading the blind. Both y'all finna go down the path of destruction. That's where y'all going. You can't submit to these type of people. Women, you can't submit to a narcissistic man. The Bible clearly gives us these instructions to stay away from these people, to avoid them, to expose them, watch out for them, have nothing to do with them. And number 5 is to beware. Beware is 2 Timothy 3:6. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 6. It says, "They are the kind who work their way into people's homes and win the confidence of vulnerable women who are burdened with the guilt of sin and controlled by various desires." Did y'all hear what I just said? Y'all heard me when I said how they pull up a table at your chair? They just barge in with no invite. They didn't earn their spot. They worked their way in. They sneaked their way in. Okay, I'm going to read it again. They are the kind who work their way into people's homes and win the confidence of vulnerable women. Vulnerable women who are burdened with the guilt of sin and controlled by various desires. They feel guilty. They make you feel guilty, like you doing something wrong. And then they start controlling you with their own motives, with what they want from you. They start to get what they want from you. We gotta be, y'all, we gotta be watchful. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'll give y'all those 5 again. Avoid them, expose them, watch out for them, have nothing to do with them, and beware of them. But yes. So yes, do not go back, y'all. Do not go back to what was. Do not go back to what you used to do, how you used to respond, how you used to react, your old habits, your old ways, your old way of thinking, the people that you used to deal with. You threw them people away for a reason. It's nothing else back there. You realized that there was nothing else you could do with this person, nothing else you could say to this person, nothing else you could give this person to convince them of your worth. Like, no, it was nothing else. So you threw them away for a reason. Okay, leave them where they are. Continue to move forward. Continue to grow. Continue to go up. Do not go down. Do not go back. Do not entertain what was. Entertain what is and what's to come. Place your focus on that. Have a vision for your life. Set goals. Meditate on God's word. Okay. So this concludes this live. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I will be back maybe tomorrow. I'm not gonna make no promises. We'll see, because I gotta work tomorrow. But yeah, I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed talking to y'all, and I hope somebody learned something today. But I love y'all, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye.